Hey guys, welcome back to the Beyond Hope Project podcast. My name is Jason Tharp, the champion of hope, and I am going to talk to you today about the worst piece of advice that is out there on the internet, and it's everywhere. And this might be unpopular, and it may be getting some comments from other people that think that I'm full of shit, but I am going to tell you that I'm not. I'm gonna stand on that soapbox for a second and say I'm not. And it's this idea that you got to hustle your face off. I think hustle your face off has to be the most horrible, stupid advice that I have heard from a bazillion online gurus. And first off, the caveat is this. Do you have to work hard? Absolutely. But the thing is that what we aren't seeing from these people that are hustling their face off is that they also have a team of people that are out there helping them hustle their face off. I know this because I've been around these people, and they have assistant after assistant and a team of people cutting their videos and a team of people posting their videos and all those things like that. And while this advice worked well for them, it doesn't work well for everybody. And I think there's a little bit of a problem that happens when we are telling everybody else out there that what you got to do is you got to post 100 times a day, and you got to do this, and you got to be building your brand, you got to be doing all this stuff like that. I don't think it's realistic. And I think what it does lead to, though, is this this plague of multitasking, where what you end up doing is you end up throwing so much stuff against the wall that you're trying to see what sticks. And when you're doing that, it's like trying to spin plates. And every time we're spinning plates, we're getting one thing kind of there, but then we have to stop that and jump over to this one. And what ends up happening is all along the way is you end up losing why you're doing it in the first place. You end up losing your path. And this is where I feel like a lot of people feel like failures. It's because you're feeling burnout. And then what's odd is that a lot of those people that are also saying hustle your face off, then they're kind of swooping by and telling you like, oh, well, you got to give yourself patience, you got to give yourself time. This mixed message is just causes tons of confusion, because the truth is that what you need to do is you just need to pick your lane and focus on that thing. Now, why do I bring this up? I bring this up because this is something I've come to realize about myself lately, is that I thought that the key was to keep seeking stuff out, to keep going out there and looking for all the answers, because somewhere along the line, somebody's going to magically tell me this is what I need to do to connect the dots. And where that comes from, I'm positive, is just a low self-esteem, a low self-worth in myself, thinking that somehow I can't figure out my own stuff and I need to somehow look to somebody else for the answers. And then what that actually takes from us is the one thing that we need more than anything is the resources to invest in the thing that we actually want to go and try to achieve. And so we have to stop that spinning, because what we're doing is we're causing so much confusion in ourselves, because we can't see what direction we're going, because we're trying to go 50 directions. And when you're going 50 different directions, because you got to make sure that you post here, you got to post that, and you got to do this, and you got to do that, and you got to write this, and you got to create this art and all this stuff, everybody just ends up creating the same stuff, which is why everybody's an online coach now, why everybody's going all these different ways, why you see everybody selling the scrub daddy stuff on TikTok, because once one person sees it, they go, oh, I must do that. And they shift over here, versus just stick in your lane and figure out what it is you're trying to do, stick to your message, and the people will find you. I think that what happens is when we start to chase these mystical things, we're seeking what they're looking for us. We're looking outside of us, and we allow those things to influence what we actually want to try to achieve, instead of like realizing that if I focus mostly on what it is I want to do, and I get really good at doing what it is that I do, that the why will start flowing naturally. And you have that ability to start seeing things for what they are, to see that it's okay to say no to stuff. If you need that permission, let me tell you right now, it is okay to say no to stuff. I have written this in my journal a million times lately to myself, that it's okay to say no. And it's been a huge struggle, like a huge struggle, because I think a little bit for me, if I'm being honest, it's like it's being hyper aware of time of my life being different now. When you're going through like the cancer diagnosis and all that stuff like that, and you have an idea of your mortality, you change your perspective of time. And in a weird sort of way, I kind of even put more pressure on myself, because I felt like I had to get it all done right now. And what I if I could go back and undo and fix that part of me, I would tell myself that, like, stop looking outside here. because the answers are already right here in front of you, but you're looking for validation from other people. You don't have to seek that validation. And this multitasking is just going to lead to burnout, and it's going to lead to you resenting the thing that you're actually trying to do. And then not only that, you're going to end up being confused, and you're going to have so many. This is where I think for somebody that writes a lot of stuff, comes from writer's block. It's like you're just confused. Like you just have so much crap going on in your head. It's like a tornado. You're trying to figure out like what it is that you need to do to get to that clarity and back to your path. What I would suggest for you is that you need to start asking yourself better questions. Like ask yourself what it is exactly you're trying to get out of this stuff. And then simply just be brave enough to like walk away, to say no to some stuff. You know exactly what I'm talking about because I'm positive that you have the same struggles I do when it comes to this stuff like that, where you think that, this person's magically going to give you the answers that you already know, but you're too afraid to trust. And that is the crux of so many of us out there that are wanting to have an impact, is that we think that the impact we want to have surely can't be this easy. It can't be in us doing exactly what it is that we want to do, because it seems like it comes so easy to us because it just feels so right. And then if you are anybody like myself that struggle with this idea of worth, you talk yourself out of those things because you go like it shouldn't be that easy. And I'm going to be blunt with you and tell you that you're lying to yourself, the same as I was lying to myself, thinking that somehow this answer would magically show up, and it doesn't. Best piece of advice I got from somebody was just this week. They told me to pick one thing, focus on that one thing. Is it the first time I've heard that? No, but maybe it was the first time I listened to it. And maybe that you hear that message in this podcast today. And I want that to be the thing that you land on. Instead of trying to do 100 things, focus on that one. If you want to write that book, focus on writing that book. Yes, you might have a job, but you have free time. In that free time, stop picking up your phone and seeing what's the latest update on TikTok, or who's posting what, or what hashtags are trending, because you got to do your post and you got to hustle your face off, because if I'm not hustling my face off, I'm doing it all wrong. This is all lies. You're being fed into a system that somebody wants to just get you to see their point of view, that can feed you back and sell you something else that's going to take away your time, energy, effort, and resources to go after that thing that you want to do. I am positive once you clear that stuff off your road, what you're going to find is that this lesson that you're learning right now, while it might be tough and you feel like you're getting nowhere, is one of the biggest ones you're going to be able to do, is to pull back and realize that you have the power to open up your path to the gates that you're wanting to flow through, just by learning how to say no, seeing what it is you want to do, embracing what it is, and just trusting your why, and keep relying on your why. And if something is out of alignment with that, be brave enough to say no to it. So guys, that's all I got for this one. It is really about you in this sort of situation. Stop turning externally to find the answers for what you already know internally. Everything that you're wanting to do is behind everything that you're afraid to face, and that includes ourselves. So what we got to do is get real with us. Realize that if you are not where you want to be, it's not about hustling your face off that's going to get you there. It's going to lead you to burnout. It's going to lead you to resenting things and ultimately not liking the thing that you're doing. The beauty of what you're doing right now is in the journey of getting there. Those are the stories you're going to tell when you get there, not when you're at the mountaintop and you're telling everybody, look how great it is here. They're going to talk about all those times you overcame those things. And this will lead to the magic that is you. So as we leave up here, guys, you're doing a great job. I mean, this life thing is freaking hard. There's all kinds of shit that happens all the times that throws us off of rails, but you're doing a great job being human. And I just want you to see, if you haven't heard it yet today, you're awesome. Just keep being awesome. Keep trying and failing, but stop hustling your face off. It's not helping. Get focused, and I can't wait to see what you do. Hope this helps. Power.
Foxland Media. Think big.